Yeah, you're like a small kid, you know. Okay, let's pay our obeisances to Shri Radha Govinda before we proceed. Uh, this is what we studied in 17th chapter, where Arjun was asking Krishna the question that what is the destination of a person who worships, who has faith, Hare Krishna, but it is not according to the scriptures. Where does that person belong? So Krishna answers based on the three modes of material nature, everything is divided. So basically, he defines the word faith as being in the mode of goodness. Like Prabhupada explains, faith means mode of goodness, which means that it is according to the scriptural injunctions. Why are you all not turning on your cameras? Anya Mataji, Hare Krishna, Kirti Mataji, Anya Mataji, Linit Mataji. Only Rupa Mataji will get the results for this module.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I will just turn, just give me a minute.
Okay. And then he goes on to explain different modes of nature affecting every aspect of our life. So, when we see the difference in the world or within our family about different choices that we are making in our lives, understand that this is the play of all the three modes of material nature. Hare Krishna, Nikhil Prabhu. So this chapter has 78 this chapter has 78 verses. This is the longest chapter, but this is just a summary of all the chapters. I will try to see if we can actually see which part of the chapter is summarizing which part of Bhagavad Gita. Like, for example, the first 12 verses is summarizing first 6 chapters. Okay. So we'll try to do till verse 17. That makes a foundation. And then Krishna goes on to explain other aspects of Bhagavad Gita. So for first 12 verses is acting in detachment is true renunciation and brings freedom from reaction. Let's focus on that. And then the verse 13 to 18, conclusion of Sankhya and Vedanta, actions directed by Supersoul bring freedom from reaction. So action with detachment is true renunciation and brings freedom from reaction. In 17th chapter, or actually so far from chapter until 17th chapter, Krishna explains that how the three modes of material nature are binding, and how there are various systems of yoga, and how one can elevate oneself from one mode to another. Like, from the basic goal is bhakti. Some people can directly go and take to bhakti yoga. Some have to go through the gradual process of moving from ignorance to passion to goodness. But then Krishna explains very clearly in 14th chapter, don't get stuck. Mode of goodness is also not the ultimate. Just go beyond that. So Arjun here asks another question, and I want to understand what you understanding out of it. Arjun Uvacha Sanyasya Mahabaho Tattvam Ichhami Vedutam Tyagasya Cha Hrishikesha Prithakeshi Keshi Nisudhana. Arjun said, O mighty one, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation, Tyag. Okay, so the purpose of renunciation, Tyag, and of the renounced order of life, Sannyas, O killer of the Keshi demon, the master of the senses. Prabhupada explained in the purport that in this particular verse, Arjun is addressing Krishna with how many names? How many names is Krishna being addressed?
3, Mataji.
3. Okay, I thought 2, right? Rishikesh and Keshi and Sudhana.
Yeah. 2. Hrishikesh and
Mataji, can we
Keshav.
count Mahabaho as well? Because Arjuna is saying, no mighty
That's
arm.
not the name, that's the quality. Right?
Okay, Mataji.
So, Prabhupada explains 2. So, Hrishikesh, which is the master of the senses, and Keshi and Sudhana, which is the killer of the demon Keshi. What makes Arjuna address Krishna by 2 names? Because the doubts are like demon. And as Krishna killed the demon, oh Krishna, I'm so sorry. As Krishna killed all the demons, then and each demon in Vrindavan actually represents unwanted habits or anarthas. So like that, he's praying that please kill this demon of doubt. And Hrishikesh, because Krishna is the controller of the senses, and if he gives the understanding from that perspective, being a controller of the senses, then only one can understand and eliminate the doubt. If one keeps on hovering over the mental level, then it is not possible. So what is the question asked? What is the difference between renunciation and sannyas? Okay, tyag and, just remember this, tyag and sannyas. Okay, go to the next slide. So Krishna answers, Shri Bhagavan Kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam kavayo vidhu. Okay, so this is the definition of sannyas by Krishna. Kamyanam karmanam nyasam. What is it? That give up the results of activities, or one who is not performing an activity for material sense gratification. That is the definition of sannyas. Sarva karma phalam tyagam, which is the giving up the result of the activity. Prahus tyagam vichakshana. That is called as tyag. The Supreme Lord said to give up all the results of activities is called renunciation. Sorry, one second. By the wise, and that state is called renounced order of life, sannyas by great learned men. Okay, who can explain this? And give reference from other part of Bhagavad Gita. Who is a true sannyasi? Where Krishna explains, so many places explains. At least give me one reference. What is sannyas? I'm going to ask everyone here because it's the last chapter. Let me go down the list. Shiva,
One who has given
yes.
down the, okay, sorry, Mataji.
Go ahead, Rupa Mataji.
One who has given up the results of his activities, he's situated in the on the platform of sannyas.
And what is renunciation?
Renunciation is when you are detached from the results, activities.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. There's a little subtle difference. Actually, Krishna is actually equating both the things at the same level, but there's a subtle, very subtle difference. But yeah, thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Prabhu. Go ahead,
Mataji,
Prabhu.
Tyag is to Hare Krishna Mataji. So Tyag, if I understand correctly, is to renounce the results of all the activities.
So renunciation, okay. And then?
Yeah, that's a Tyag. Sannyas is to renounce the activities itself which are coming out of the material desires.
Yeah, very nice. Give me an example. Bonus points. Anyone
I
else?
let Kirti Mataji take or Ananya Mataji take the bonus points.
Okay. This is a very good class. We distribute. Yes, give an example. Sannyas and Tyag. Give an example. You can even give example of Arjun, how Arjun actually ends up being. How is he a sannyasi and a tyagi?
He was more of a Tyagi, right? Because he was renouncing the results of his activities. He was saying whatever Krishna's instructing him.
Okay.
But
He's not sannyasi.
that's a thin line because he has renounced the activities based out of his own material desires.
Yeah.
So he was following the instructions again from Krishna.
So is he a sannyasi?
He was sannyasi as well as a tyagi.
Okay. How many of you agree? Hey, house of vote?
Mataji, he is a sannyasi, Arjuna.
Okay, he's not a tyagi, but he's a sannyasi.
Yes,
How do you say that?
because he is working for Krishna.
What about becoming a renouncer or renunciation or becoming a
No,
tyagi?
it doesn't mean like you just wear those clothes of a renunciant
Wait.
sannyasi.
Focus. Time to focus. We are understanding the definition of sannyas and renunciation by what Krishna is saying over here. Is he mentioning about clothes? Is Krishna mentioning about
No.
clothes here?
No.
So just filter out all the paradigms from the society. Okay, and focus. I was telling my son the other day, we have a Satmika Buddhi aka Kurunandana. That state is called renounced order of life. To give up all the results of all activities. Give the results of all activities is called renunciation. And that state is called renounced order of life. Is Krishna mentioning you can only wear saffron colored clothes and that's what makes you a sannyasi? Is he saying that?
No.
Or is he saying undergo the formal process of sannyas and then only you will be a sannyasi? Is he saying that?
No. No, Mataji.
So is Arjuna a sannyasi and a tyagi, or just a sannyasi or just a tyagi, or none of the above? Nikhil Prabhu gave his verdict. 2 people voted in his favor, Linit Prabhu and
I think
Kirti
he's both, Mataji. He's sannyasi and Tyagi because
Tyagi.
he's also giving up, the activities based on the material desires and also the results of all the activities.
Okay, do the character analysis. How? How is Arjuna a sannyasi? How is he a renouncer?
Because he's not working for material desires.
So what is he working for?
It's not fruitive activity, but it is spiritual activity.
How is it spiritual? How same fighting became spiritual?
Because it's done for Krishna. It's devotional service.
So he's a sannyasi, but how about analyzing how is he a renouncer or a tyagi?
He's both. He's a sannyasi, but
Am I confused?
Mataji, in sannyasi, Tyagi is already present.
included.
We are doing character analysis. You tell me about Arjun. How?
Mataji, Arjun gave up all of his material relations with the people on the battlefield and decided to fight. So he sacrificed his material relations for the fight. Because
He
Krishna
gave the
told him we're the
material
body, not we're the
relations.
soul, not the body.
Gave up. Define karo. You know, with
Mataji, Arjun was saying, my uncles, my sons, fathers, everybody is present on the other side. How do I expect to fight them? And then in the second chapter, when Krishna told him that,
oh yeah.
well, we are the body, we're the soul. We're not the body, we're the soul. He gave up that material attachment. He sacrificed his material relationship with those people to fight.
He sacrificed, so he had to work on giving. Define a little. You're right, but you're sitting in Bhakti Shastri class, okay? If you were like, yes, very nice answer. If you were like in understand Gita 18 classes, but yes, it's not. I'm not saying this is incorrect, but there is another layer to it. You can add. What was more important for Arjun? Sacrificing his relationship with his family, or param drishtva nivartate, seeing something higher? What was he working on?
Param drishtva nivartate.
How?
He was ready to follow the instructions of Krishna.
From what platform? From the platform of fear? From the platform of, if he doesn't follow the instruction of Krishna, then
No,
Krishna will be
Mataji, from the
cursing.
platform of both bhakti and karma, because Krishna
Okay.
told him, as a warrior, as a Kshatriya, your dharma is to fight, so you're supposed to fight. And he said, I'm going to fight because it's my duty to fight, and because out of devotion for Krishna.
Like,
Mataji, out of complete surrender, Mataji.
yeah.
Out of jnana, Mataji, he got the jnana. So now the understanding was complete.
So you're saying Gyan Yoga is superior to Bhakti Yoga?
No, I'm not saying that, but it's a bit of everything.
Oh, it's a
Bhakti,
bit
of
of-
course, has to be there, but
What is the
like
supreme reason? Bit of everything.
sarva dharman parityajya.
So that's Arjun. ठीक है. This is called character analysis. Okay, after we do the, I don't know if you've ever done this. If after we read the whole pastime, you do analyze like what is it that how is this valid in the character that we study. Of course, Arjun is a person. So you are all right, and it's really good to hear. But the thing is that I've been thinking for the last few days how there is impersonalism in our bhakti. There is an element of impersonalism in our practice of Krishna consciousness. So just try to catch it that where we are impersonalist. But for example, if you say that Gyan Yoga is for a personalist or an impersonalist, who consider Gyan Yoga highest? A personalist or impersonalist?
Impersonalist, Mataji.
Impersonalist.
Who considers Karma Yoga as highest? Personalist or impersonalist?
Impersonalist again.
Right. So there is as long as we will have this sprinkle of dust of all these, there is an element of impersonalism, and that's what keeps us little, Krishna 10 for you, 90 for me, or 20 for you, 80 for me, like that. Okay, so that's what, even though whatever. So the thing is that Arjun, anyone else? Is Arjun both sannyasi and tyagi? Yes, we concluded. How? Because he's going to act, he's going to fight this big fight of Mahabharat, because it's not that he has a desire to rule over or take revenge from his family. Because the desire with which he's going to do this action, the intention behind action is that I need to serve Krishna. Krishna wants this. Because he's going to act from the platform of this understanding or intention that Krishna wants this and I'm fully surrendered, he's not going to be bound by good or bad activity, the result of the activity. Whether he wins or he loses, and that's renunciation. Whether he wins or loses, it doesn't matter. Has there been any chances in any of the pastimes can you think of that Krishna told someone to do something and then it didn't really, they lost it, but they still became a devotee? Like here, Arjun will win the war, but has there ever been a such instance where they said anywhere, where Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, wherever, can you think of? Even Bhagavadgita.
Bali Maharaj.
Okay, how?
No, when Vaman Rishi came and he asked him all the three boons, even after losing everything, Shankaracharya warned him also, he's going, but at that time, he used his discretion. He disregarded his own guru and followed the instructions of Bali Maharaj, gave everything, and still he, was the...
Very nice.
He gained the
Very
bhakti.
nice. Yes, more examples? Yes, see that? More example where Krishna, actually, maybe we can say a devotee, apparently externally lost, but of course we never lose when we go to Krishna, lost everything, but then actually became more dear to Krishna. Here Arjun is
Mataji,
going to win.
Prabhupada himself, he lost so many battles, like small battles, but he didn't give up. Like he was trying continuously to sell the books and try to spread the message in India, but it was not happening so easily. He tried very hard.
Prabhupada, okay, so this is an example of enthusiasm.
Yeah,
okay.
Very determined, yeah.
Okay, anyone else? I'll give it a thought a little more. Somehow. Okay, anyone else? Any other example? You see, what I'm trying to say is that it's not that, okay, if I'm going to become a sannyasi and I'm going to become a renouncer, then I'm always going to be winning in this material world. Because we can practice bhakti. Bhaktivedanta Maharaj said 99.9% of the people practice bhakti to make their material life comfortable. consciously or unconsciously. It's not that, okay, it's not going to be the case that, okay, I'm going to follow the order of Krishna and I'm always going to be victorious. And the definition of victory is going to be what I define as victory. I'm going to win the war. I'm going to win this crowd. I'm going to be like healthy. I'm going to win over the death. I'm going to defeat this illness and I'm going to be, we may die, you know? And then so Krishna, so that's what I'm trying to like, there's impersonalism there because there's this, because we're not really surrendered. So the element, there's a gap. So I'm trying to fill that gap. There's not that, okay, the definition of a renouncer or a sannyasi is that there's going to be an apparent win from external definition. One example is Bali Maharaj. What is the other example? Okay, Rupa Mataji said Prabhupada, which can be both because, you know, he did get the acknowledgement across the world at the end. And what other example? Ajay yaar. Ah,
Bilva Mangal Thakur Mataji.
I don't know the whole past.
Because he kind of, you know, like he lost everything. Then he poked his eyes, but then after that, Krishna himself came and heard his
That's
glories.
more of an example of a transformation than what I'm asking. Like the example, what I'm asking is like Bali Maharaj fits that example, and then Vritasura. I don't know if you know the pastime of Vritasura in 6th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, where he was cursed. Chitraketu was cursed by Mother Bhavani. Sati
Yes.
to become a demon. He lost everything. He lost his. He was, you know, completely like baffled by Indra, and what he was speaking was even higher than what Indra could even imagine. And he was like bewildered. Indra was bewildered at how Asura can do like this, and he's losing the battle. He's losing everything, but he's giving instructions to Indra how to surrender to Krishna. Bhishma Dev, he's lying on the arrow of the bed of the arrows. He's dying. He's fasting. And what is he meditating on? What is Bhishma Dev meditating on when he's dying?
He requested Krishna to be on his side when he loses the soul.
Yeah, so what does he request Krishna to? Because he wants to see which form of Krishna when he's
The
leaving.
Narayana form, Mataji, the 400
Yeah.
form.
Yeah. So you see, more example. I gave 2 examples. Nikhil Prabhu gave 1 example. Rupa Mataji gave 1 example. Kirti Mataji also tried. Okay, I gave. Linet Prabhu is speaking here and there, but he's not giving an example. Anvaya Mataji. And who else is here in the class? Ambika Mataji, Shiva Srinivas Prabhu.
Jambavan.
Jambavan. Yes. Tell us.
Like he fights with Krishna for I don't remember how many days. Apparently he has lost, but he was a devotee of Lord Ramchandra.
So how did he win at the end?
Like he recollects the past time and he surrenders to the Lord. So
I don't remember the past time. That's why I'm asking you. What does
Mataji, so from Ramayana there's Jatayu also.
No,
So
what's the
he-
Jadda ya Jambavan ka batao?
I think for that money, there was a fight between Krishna
Sabantakamani.
and Jamavan
That
in that gufa.
That
Samantakamani.
jewel, the piece of jewel, and then he had
Yes.
given it to his son.
Yes.
That's
Shamantakamani.
My daughter.
That's Krishna.
Shamantakamani.
Yeah.
Is it not Krishna's pastime? How is it Lord
Yeah.
Ram?
Yes, it's Krishna
Oh,
pastime,
okay.
but Jambavant was present from Treta
Ramayana
Yuga,
times.
from Lord Rama's time.
Okay. And then you're saying Jatayu. Okay.
Yeah, so you want me to explain the
No,
pastime
I
in
think we
2-3
know
lines?
Jatayu. He was like trying to
So
stop
he
Ravan
lost
from
the
taking.
battle. Yet, when Prabhu Ramachandra did his final rites,
Yes. Okay. Who else? Okay. Ambika Mataji.
Mataji, there's so many like Rupa Goswami. They all, like they gave up everything. So in a way, they gave up all their opulences. They didn't have anything, but yet they were very dear to Mahaprabhu. So that can be an example, or
Haridas Thakur, but
Okay,
not from this.
what you're saying. Let me think. Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami.
yeah, and they were such big landlords that Raghunath Das Goswami, they like left everything, no, and it apparently seemed that they, lost all the opulence they had, but
Okay, we can say Haridas Thakur. How is Haridas Thakur the example?
He was beaten up so many places, different places, and his bodily so much discomfort, but he never gave up. And he was chanting all the time. And in the end, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lifted his body, and in the end he was yeah.
There is a deeper level to that pastime, that there was not even a scratch on the body of Haridas Thakur, right? But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lifted his chadar and showed that all the whippings were on, the marks were on his body, on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body, because he had embraced Haridas Thakur. Yeah, very nice. We can say that. So understand, okay, the practical application. Yes, Mataji. Anya Mataji.
There is one more pastime in Krishna book, the fruit seller who comes to sell the fruits to Krishna. So Krishna takes away all the fruits and just gives some grains. So there
So how is
actually,
it an example of what I'm asking? Renunciation and
so it apparently seems that fruit seller did not get anything that time. She gave her full basket of fruits to
I know the pastime, but I'm trying to understand how is it an example of renunciation and sannyas. I think we all know the pastime. How is it a example of renunciation and sannyas? She came because where she was from, the town that she was from, that particular town,
she had heard of Krishna.
Every tree was filled with juicy, plumpy fruits. There were flowers, so there was no need to sell because it was so easily available. And then somebody told her that go across Yamuna to a village called Vrindavan and maybe try your luck over there. So that's why she came, actually. Yeah, that way we can, one of my friends said that we can, in Krishna consciousness, we can get anything from everything, because it's like Kalpa Vriksha, all the pastimes are like Kalpa Vriksha. Whatever we want to derive, we can derive. So that's such a nice pastime. Maybe you're right. Yeah. Okay. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is that we can see in our life, so even subconsciously, a very, 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 very subtle level, there could be a little one thing with that, oh, I am a sannyasi and I am a tyagi. But actually, what is the definition of sannyasi and tyagi is only if the things are working out my way. Then only I'm a sannyasi and a tyagi. But the minute that things don't work out my way, oh, maybe this is not what it is. Okay, so this will come. So understand that how this is not how it's gonna be all the time. And can I still remain a sannyasi and tyagi, like pastime of Vritasura? This in sixth canto, it's so much to learn from there. Or even Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was actually conducting the yagya, the Ashwamedh yagya, to become superior to Indra, but he became the most poor person in the entire creation. before Krishna gave everything back. Actually, Vaman Dev was angry at him. Right? He took everything away from him, and then he tied him up with the ropes of Varna, and he threw him in a dark cave. And that's when Prahlad Maharaj, Narad Muni, everybody came running in, right? So we can say, what did Bali Maharaj really do? He actually gave up everything. And then Bali Maharaj is actually, what is he doing? He is actually feeling very pity for Indra, that Krishna came to you, to your doorsteps, and what did you do? You send him to my doorstep so that you can become the master of all the universe. This, or riches of rich. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for you, Indra. That he came to you and this is what you asked. But apparently, externally, he's tied by the ropes of Varna and he's thrown in the cave. How does it even make sense? How does it even make sense? But it does make sense because he is a true renunciant, he's a true sannyasi. Are we like that? If not, then we have a long way to go. Okay? So externally, don't think, because I've seen it a lot. And maybe I'm also like that. That if if the things work out, if I have a problem in life, then my bhakti, then okay, where are the results of my practices for so many years? Where are they? Or one person, I'm not gonna name them, but one person got really, really sick. It was a devotee in Bangalore we know from many, many years. They got really, really sick, like really. It's not a small sickness. And then, so when I went to Bangalore, I went to meet them. And the question was that what makes, naturally, sickness makes one depressed in the mind. Naturally. That's natural in the material world. So the question was that we were doing so staunch bhakti for so many years. Why me? I was purified. So how did I get the sinful the result of the sinful action? And it is very real. Right now we are just talking about it because we are very comfortably sitting after having lunch in India or dinner in Australia, or maybe having a nice bath in America early in the morning. But if something hits us like that, then only it comes out. Why me? Okay, so some learned men declare, so Krishna hasn't given his word yet. This is giving references from here and there. All kinds of fruitive activities should be given up. All kinds of fruitive activities should be given up. But there are yet other sages who maintain that acts of sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned. So what do you do? All kinds of fruitive activities. So it says, if I'm going to, I have seen this in devotees who are who live in the temple, and you can see that too. I'm not judging, but I'm sharing the experience, and you can share yours. That there is a hesitancy. If there is a need, if let's say when somebody is transitioning to grahasthashram, and now there is a need to have some earning to maintain the family that they'll be making. So this is hesitation that should I be working outside because it's because what is it? Maya. I'll be in Maya. Should I be working? But I also want to get married, and that means I need to have money because marriage means expenses. So should I do this? I said this split of mind. So Krishna is saying this is so true. Some say all kinds of fruitive activities should be given up. Some say sacrifice, charity, and penance should never be abandoned. Kya karna hai? What do we do? So actually, Krishna makes our life easier by giving his verdict. Yajna dana tapa karma natyajam karyam evatat yagnudanam tapasyaiva pavanani manishinam. Acts of charity, sacrifice, charity, and penance are not to be given up, but should be performed. Indeed, sacrifice, charity, and penance purify even the great souls. So the acts of charity, penance, and sacrifice are not to be given up. But then if they're not to be given up, what does given up or not to be given up mean? Like give up or not give up. What does it mean?
It refers to the fruits, Mataji.
Okay, explain it please a little more.
So, for example, some may want a son, some may want very good education, some may want money, or like whatever good job. So
Okay.
for that, you should not be doing penance, sacrifice, or this. So your sacrifice, charity, penance, which is based on material desires, should be given up.
Okay. Okay. Okay, very nice. She's hitting the target there. Thank you. Very nice. Anyone else? Did I do verse 4? I think we missed verse 4. So verse 4 is renunciation is of three kinds in terms of the modes of nature in which it is performed. O Purusha Vyagraha, tiger among men. So Krishna is like, building up this, churning up this confusion and then saying that actually renunciation or giving up the fruits of activities is of three kinds. And he's addressing Arjuna as tiger among men. There's a reason why he addresses Arjuna as tiger among men. The first time he says him like that. Okay, tell me, should be given up, should not be given up? What is given up, not given up? Anvya Mataji set the stone. Anyone else? Are not to be given up, should be performed.
So Krishna says we should not stop, one should not stop prescribed duties. So it's not wrong to go and earn some money. It's not wrong. But we need to use that in a Krishna conscious way. Use it for Krishna consciousness. So we should not stop.
Yeah. Build a little more. You're saying use, which is like tat part of Om Tat Sat. But yeah, build more. Yes, Nikhil Prabhu.
Mataji, again, it comes to the ultimate goal. All the activities which are leading to our goal, what we plan, that should all which are leading to, that should not be given up. But if we are getting distracted from our ultimate goal, all those activities and the results should be given up. Example, if you are doing bhakti, if you're doing dan, if you're doing, whatever preaching activities, but that with the intention of reaching our ultimate goal is there, then it should be continued. But if we are, like you were saying, earning money, but just for material sense enjoyment, it's okay for some time. Hormones play havoc at the early, 20s and all. We can't help at that time. By the time we settle down, you are a doctor, you know better. By the time we all cool down and then realize that was not the ultimate aim. So when you come back to the senses and then you start working, so they treat this as a preparatory ground. Treat this as been there, done that. Now I'm back to where I really belong, where I really want to do. So all those activities which are leading to Krishna, Golok Dham, our ultimate destination, keep that in mind and do that. Keep that benefit. Keep that. Don't lose those activities and the results as well.
Okay, thank you. So, so Krishna answers this in the next verse. What is this picture? What is this picture? Linit Prabhu, what is this picture?
Mataji, this is a sacrifice of Daksha. After he gets the goat head, Krishna comes back. I don't exactly remember the pastime. I remember it in bits and pieces, but it's Daksha after Lord Shiva cuts off his head and he gets a goat head.
Very nice. Yeah, that's because Daksha is very famous, right, for performing all the sacrifices. So we took that picture. Okay, Krishna answers this as he gives his verdict. Etani apitu karmani sangam tyakta falani cha kartavyanti me partha nishchitam matam uttamam. All these activities should be performed without an expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty or sanapritha. That is my final opinion. So sacrifice, charity, penance. Actually, moment to moment, we are doing it, right? Sacrifice, charity, penance. So if we are, if you are functioning as a parent, then parent means sacrifice. There are sometimes which I see in the world, and you must have seen it too, that sometimes the older siblings are given this responsibility to take care of the younger siblings. So there's a lot of gap. So the older siblings take care of the younger siblings, and there's an unsaid definition of the role that you're going to do what a mom does or a dad does. But that's a very unstable dynamic. Okay, why? Because being a parent means sacrifice. They're not going to sacrifice. Why should they sacrifice? But being a parent means sacrifice. Like minute to minute, all of you, whoever you're a parent, you can understand and introspect in your life that how many sacrifices it took to raise a kid, right? So sacrifice. So we are doing that. It's not that we have to only read a manual. Is a child born with a manual? Raise me in this manner. If I do this, press this button. If I do that, do this. No. So you're doing that. But actually, so already what is happening, just do it with a different intention. That is a service to Krishna. This particular soul needs to be taken care of. Charity. Okay, in 5th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a chapter called Forest of Enjoyment. Have you read that chapter, Forest of Enjoyment? So Forest of Enjoyment defines that how there's one thing there that Prabhupada writes that jackals and wolves, I don't remember. So the family members, he is writing in a typical Indian household that husband is earning money and the wife and children are home. Okay, so we're saying husband is earning money and Hare Krishna Abhishek, and the wife and children are home. So the husband is saying, okay, I'm like really upkeeping the family. I'm really bringing the money and my family is well taken care of. But actually, they are compared to the robbers and thieves, the wife and children. Why? Because they steal his hard-earned money. This is Sukdev Goswami saying, don't blame me. So so this charity is going on anyway. So why not do it in a charity in a manner to transform it? Because it's brought to our awareness, not to just laugh it off or become like shocked by our life, but also transform it. So charity is going on. Sacrifice, charity, penance. We are. Do you think living in this world there is no penance involved? There is no austerity involved. I have a friend whose son is trying to get into this Indian cricket team, and she was telling me that, my God, it's like you can't even go. He has no time to even go to school, because it takes 8 hours of practice every day. So how can you do 8 hours of practice 7 days a week and then also catch up with the schoolwork? It says like, oh my God, there's just so much of austerity, so much of penance, so much of withholding. He cannot even gain like 1 kg. He's very, very cautious and very, very aware. Or if you have if you have studied and gotten into all these professional colleges, was it like press a button and you go in? Yeah. Is it like you set up a touch ID and get in the college you want, or was there a work involved at the background? What is it? I'm asking, what is it? Or you have
Lots of hard work.
Examinations, Mataji.
You have to burn the candle at both the ends. There's no time to sleep. Okay, even if we have not gone to the colleges, you're maintaining a household. So is that without any austerity? Is that without any penance? Maintaining a household? Maintaining everything in order?
Everything needs hard work and sacrifice.
So we are doing it already. Okay, I'm just saying, in bringing it awareness, it's not that, oh my God, now I have to do sacrifice, charity, and penance, because Krishna is saying that they should never be given up, but they should be performed as a matter of duty. It's not that, oh my God, I have to do it. We are already doing it. Just become more aware. Krishna consciousness. So become more conscious of it and then bring Krishna in it. Okay, and then whatever we are doing becomes an act of bhakti. So Krishna's verdict, he has given his verdict that don't give up those activities ever. And then he says it more. What does he say? Nitya niyatasya tu sannyasa karmano nopapadyate mohatasya parityagas tamasaha parikirtitaha. This is very nice. So he's saying there are three modes. Prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Illusion, like, give me an example. When a person gives up the prescribed duty. Prescribed duty is a duty which is in accordance with the Vedic verdict, Vedic scriptures, like getting up early in the morning, or like eating Krishna prasadam, or taking care of, if working in the world according to one's own varna and ashram. Like for Arjun, his prescribed duty is to fight. That is his prescription: fight, because you're a Kshatriya. You are a grahastha and you're a Kshatriya. So according to your varna and ashram, the prescription is you fight. But if he gives up for any reason under the blue sky, if he gives it up, it is in the mode of ignorance, according to Krishna's diagnosis. Where does it apply in our life? If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, where does it apply in our life? There are so many places where it applies every day.
Like when children really read us and we ignore them and just keep on reading our scriptures, it doesn't make sense because they read us. So we need to balance.
Yeah, very nice. This is such a nice example. Yes. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We cannot be like, okay, I'm just going to read Bhagavad Gita and I'm not going to cook for you. You order from McDonald's, but let me read Bhagavad Gita. So, yes. Okay. Very nice. That's illusion. Oh my goodness. You're so nice. What else? Where else is it applying?
When we get angry and then we don't do our prescribed duties given like in the temple or some other place, we have to cooperate and still do our duties, whatever be the situation.
Oh, that makes me feel very suppressed. Like, oh, I have this anger inside me. I have this, unprocessed, whatever the thing might have happened anywhere. But I'm still going to go on. But I have it. Still going to go on. It's like, volcano. So the thing will be that in that situation, if the reason to get angry is really exists, if the reason to get angry is really there, according to, it could be according to one party. It doesn't have to be from both the parties that the reason is there. Then that reason needs to be addressed. If we don't, then that is mode of ignorance. Because there is a potential there. Otherwise, Krishna would not have brought up this feeling in any of them or any of the people. It's mode of ignorance, actually. Bhakti in the practice of mode of ignorance is I know, or maybe passion, because I know what I want, I have to do, but I'm not going to do it. So there's a reason why this is happening. If otherwise it wouldn't have happened. I had a talk with one of the devotees one time. Sorry, I'm going tangential. That she was asking me, what is the function of appendix? And in medical college, you're taught appendix is a vestigial organ. It has no function. I said, it has no function. It's just like a vestigial organ. She said, this is, she's not a doctor. She said, but if it has no function, why will Krishna put it there? There's got to be some function. And then I like opened up all the literature of medicine and everywhere. I got so many references that actually this is a lymphoid organ. So people who have no appendix tend to get a lot of gut infections. So I'm like, oh my God. So similarly, if there is an anger there is a reason why Krishna has put it there. Really? Is it real or not there? Okay. Understand where we are practicing. Because I have given up my prescribed duty, because it is because of illusion. Illusion means what? What does illusion mean?
Which is not true.
Yeah, how will it apply in Arjun's and Krishna and Arjun's samavad or conversation?
No, he was thinking himself from the bodily aspect, from the relationships of the body.
Okay.
So that was the illusion.
Yeah. So, then?
So Krishna pulled him out of all this bodily relationship, all these things, and said, "You're not the body, you're the soul."
Yeah. So basically, yeah, very nice. So that if he does not fight on the pretext of his material attachment, and he goes and retires himself in a forest and eats berries and drinks spring water, and does Ashtanga yoga all the time, that is actually illusion. Can you believe that? It looks like life in the mode of goodness, right? It looks like more life in the mode of goodness, living in a forest, such a simple life, drinking fresh spring water, eating berries from the trees, and doing bhakti all day. But according to Krishna, this is illusory. This is an illusion. Amazing, right? Bhagavad Gita is like, if you understand it very well, then it's like, oh my God, I may be having one vision of how life is, and if you look at it from Krishna's eye, it's completely, different. So, what is passion? Anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. Give an example. Yes. Ambika Mataji, Kirti Mataji, Shiva Srinivas Prabhu, very quiet today. No food? Hungry?
No, Mataji. Not like that.
Oh, see, I know the diagnosis. See, you can munch while having. So, prescribed duties out of fear of bodily discomfort or trouble. Give example.
Whenever I feel tired, like some tiredness from office, late night meetings.
Your voice is cutting off. Could you say that again, please?
Yeah. Like in office, like late night meetings. So I'm very tired. So tomorrow, Mangalarti, I can take some rest so that I can do the remaining activities properly.
That's adjustment. That's not passion. There's a reason there. But if I'm watching late night movies, because that's more, what do you say that? More
Entertaining.
Entertaining. Thank you. Exciting and entertaining. And I can sleep in. That's passion. What you're saying is adjustment. That's fine. Don't be so hard. Huh?
Mataji,
Example.
passion.
Once again,
It could be
Uh-huh.
someone is working very hard and he's very attached to his work and enjoying his profession. So there is, or maybe he's at the top of his profession. Then he finds it very difficult to give up even 15 minutes of his work and pray to Krishna.
No, yeah, that's good. That's okay. That's one of the elements. But here, let's see here. Anyone who gives up prescribed duty as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. So I'm asking example in that as very troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort. Keeping Ekadashi. Oh my God. I'm not gonna keep Ekadashi because Ekadashi food is like so bland. Or I will have less energy because I will not be eating very well. So that's a fear of bodily discomfort, right? But I know in my heart I'm supposed to keep it, but I'll not keep because my body will be in discomfort. That's passion. Or trouble. Yes, I'm going to chant 16 rounds. Yes, I'm going to maybe here and there follow 4 regulatory principles. Because following 4 regulatory principles all the time is very troublesome. Giving up intoxication. Okay, I'm not drinking beer or, any alcohol beverage, but tea, maybe decaffeinated. What's the problem? What is the problem in having a little bit of a decaffeinated coffee or a tea? Is there a problem? I'm not becoming intoxicated. You see, the mind has a script all the time. Shri Shakti says that there's a script. We have already justified it at all subtle levels, so we are able to do it outside. So troublesome. It's a trouble to give up that taste. That's more of passion. So, or how is it applicable to Arjun and Krishna's conversation? Renunciation in the mode of passion. Krishna is giving a word of caution, don't do it. How is it applicable there? What did you think? I'm just gonna come and read these verses and go away. What did you think? No, what did you think?
We think that you will make us think and speak.
Okay, then tell me, how is it applicable to Arjun and Krishna's conversation? I'm gonna go down the list and 10 seconds for each.
Fear of losing his relatives.
Yes, very nice. Very nice. Okay, more reasons. Yes, if he kills them and they're gonna die, then he's gonna get some discomfort. No, he'll also feel very uncomfortable in their absence. Okay. Yes. Ambika Mataji. Are you in clinic, Ambika Mataji? You cannot talk? At least tell me in the chat. Maybe she's in patients and she's logged in. Okay, Kirti Mataji. What time is it? I'll tell you. It's 9 o'clock, 8:30. What is it?
8:30, Mataji. 8:30.
Yeah, in the night.
I was thinking the same what Shiva Srinivas Prabhuji said, like, because he's going to be killing his teachers, his relatives. So that's kind of, very troublesome for him, and he doesn't want to do it. I was thinking on the same lines. I'm unable to think of anything else, Mataji. Please give me some time, maybe.
Okay. Hey, you have time until everyone else has said. Linit Prabhu. Linit Prabhu, can you turn your camera on? I was thinking about you the other day. I am actually appreciating so much transformation in you since you first started the classes, and now, oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Mataji, I didn't do anything, Mataji. There's nothing to
Oh,
be
you
proud
don't
of.
feel that inside you? You don't feel transformed? Oh, I'm sitting here and feel that. You don't feel it? Huh?
Mataji, I don't think I'm doing anything special. I don't think I'm doing anything different.
Oh my God, you guys don't know how to take appreciation. This is ISKCON, bhakti makes life double difficult. We think it makes easy, but it's double difficult. If somebody is giving you appreciation, no, don't. Actually, it says, thank you. Thank you for validating my experience. And please pray that I can be more and more enthusiastic. It says, no, I'm not doing anything. I took a class on nonviolent conversation, communication in I think we dropped it out in the middle, but how to take appreciation. It's a skill. Yeah, you don't feel that? I feel it. I really feel that you're, at least from whatever snippet I see here and there, and once a week or once here and there. You really don't feel? Other day you were saying that you would like to go out with your friends, but then you think that what am I gonna do with my friends? I'm just gonna be like idle talking or doing this, doing that. But really, when I go in the temple, going to the temple may be a trouble, but once I'm in the temple, it is so nice. So maybe I'll take my mom there because she wants me to take her there. So it's such a nice thing, no? You don't appreciate that in you?
Mataji, I never saw it that way.
Okay. Yes, how is it? Mode of passion between Krishna and Arjun. I'm spending little time here, then we'll zoom through the chapter. You're muted. Okay, Anvya Mataji, how is it? Is she gone?
Mataji, even I can think of the same thing what Shiva Prabhuji answered.
Okay, very nice. Okay. Shiva Srinath Prabhu, you have a good support. Ambika Mataji was not able to say Kirti Mataji, Lynette Prabhu, Nikhil Prabhu, and then Rupa Mataji.
The passion is, like what? Losing the relatives, losing the wealth, losing the fame. What is it? So Krishna was telling him, nothing belongs to you. You just do your duty. Which is come out of this the so-called feeling of I'll take sannyas or I will do this. No, this is the time. Call up the duty and do, and I'm telling you to fight and fight it for this, because the instruction is from me.
Yeah, okay. Okay, very nice. Rupa Mataji.
I'm also thinking the same, Mataji. He'll feel very uncomfortable if he, even if he wins the battle, he'll still be uncomfortable. So somehow he wants to escape.
Yeah. Do you remember that part in Bhagavad Gita when Krishna, thank you, when Krishna says to Arjun that you leave this battle, okay, and then you go and then you let the Kauravas rule the planet. So what do you think the Kauravas will think of you? Thank God Arjun ran away and we didn't have to put up a fight with such a big warrior. Otherwise, we would have really lost it. What do you think? Is that what they're gonna think? No. What are they gonna say? They're gonna disfame you. You're gonna earn infamy. And for a Kshatriya, infamy is worse than death. So you're trying to avoid the trouble, but actually you're inviting more trouble. So that's what mode of passion is, that we are actually trying to avoid a trouble, but we're actually bringing more trouble. It's because all the activities done in the mode of passion are poison at the end. What is it? Nectar in the beginning, poison at the end. The example is outside of Bhagavad Gita is like if there are big skyscrapers being built, and the person who's the owner, like very big skyscrapers being built, and they feel this sense of ownership and sense of achievement and whatnot. But what happens at the end? It becomes a very big burden, right? Galagraha, it becomes like a rope around the neck. Now you have to maintain it, you have to pay this tax, this is broken, and this legal case, that nothing was there before. So all activities done in the mode of passion are nectar in the beginning, poison in the end. So it's taking, killing them. One vision is killing them, is going to bring him this bodily discomfort, mental discomfort, emotional discomfort. But also, even if you don't kill them and you run away, that's going to bring you discomfort also. That's also going to bring you discomfort. Bhakti Tamaj, I think I said this earlier too, but please do this. I'm requesting all of you to do this in your life. You think a particular scenario completely through it. You just completely think it out in your head, that how is it going to play out in life? If I take this action, then what are the possible permutations and combinations? But he who performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is of the nature of goodness. Example, in Krishna and Arjun's conversation, how is it valid here? Oh, we are 5 minutes over and we're only on verse 7. Oh my God, you guys are so slow. I'm so fast. So, prescribed duty only ought to be done and renounces all attachment to fruits. His renunciation is the nature of goodness. Yes. Linit Prabhu, how is it playing out here?
See, I didn't really understand the question.
Who will make him understand? Rupa Mataji, can you make him understand the question, please?
It's whatever is in the slide, same thing. Who performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all attachment to the fruit, his renunciation of the nature of goodness.
So my question is, how is it playing out in the conversation between Krishna and Arjun?
Hare Krishna Mataji. So at the end, Arjuna is ready to fight. Now he's not thinking about the material attachment. He's saying, this is my duty. I have to fight a war. I am a Kshatriya. And all this, my relatives and all are not important. Prescribed duty is important.
Okay. Okay, that's one way of looking at it. Very nice. Thank you. Yes, Linit Prabhu, did you understand the question?
Yes, Mataji, I did.
So what is the answer?
I don't have an answer, Mataji.
Okay. Anyone else? Shiva Srinivas Prabhu, Kirti Mataji. I wish we can give prasadam to Shiva Srinivas Prabhu because generally he talks. So,
Mataji, in the same line, Mataji, like initially, even though it is fighting as a Kshatriya is a prescribed duty, he refused to fight. But when Krishna recommended, you have to do your prescribed duty, so without any other thought, he just fought.
correct. How did it play out in the conversation? What was that particular aspect in second chapter where Krishna made him think whether you win, this will happen. If you lose, this will happen. Either way, fight because it's your prescribed
Race,
duty. It's not
race beyond the three modes.
It's not it's not Shuddha Sattva, okay? Mode of goodness is not Shuddha Sattva. It's not bhakti yet in the true sense. But Krishna describes in second chapter, okay, Arjun, fighting is better for you because first of all, you're Kshatriya, your nature is like that. You cannot run away from your psyche. Even if you go to the forest, your mind will follow you. Then let's see, okay, you win the battle, you get the whole kingdom to enjoy. You lose the battle, you get to enjoy the heavenly planets. So either way, you do your prescribed duty, there is enjoyment. It's not bhakti. Don't try to. We are still in karma yoga, karma part. Okay, so he performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all attachment to the fruit. His renunciation is of the nature of goodness. So there is going to be benefit. Either we get the result we want or we don't get the result we want. So there's still going to be a benefit. Okay, that's how it plays out for me in this conversation, that fight, you'll win the battle, you'll get the kingdom. Lose, you'll win the heavenly planet, stay over there. Okay. What do we do? Stop here. So prescribe, next week I can take 2 classes. Okay. Then this is Namanisha Prabhu's table. So prescribed duties not done because of the illusion, that is ignorance. Prescribed duty again not done because of the difficulties of or trouble or fear of bodily discomfort, passion. Prescribed duty done because it got to be done is goodness. Filing taxes. How many of you like it?
No one, Mataji. Especially the business taxes.
Yes, but do it not because of the fear of losing money or not because of the trouble that it takes, but do it because it's got to be done and then move on. That's goodness. Okay. Okay, I'll finish maybe this slide and then we'll stop. So now he talks about this renunciation, and then says, what does he say? He was a wise renunciant, intelligent renouncer, situated in the mode of goodness, neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work, has no doubts about work. This is coming from 4th chapter. I think this is verse 9, that doubting soul is worse. Right? A soul that's doubtful is neither happy in this world, forget about being happy in the spiritual world. We're always doubting. So there's no doubt whether I should be working or I should not be working. Who is making the workshop on decisions on the mode of goodness, a mode of nature? Is it Rupamat decision? Linit Prabhu, you are doing? Rupamat is boundary, hai na? Linit Prabhu is doing decisions, right?
Yes, Mataji.
He raised hand. I saw it. I faked that I didn't see, but I saw it. So you can use this. That renouncer situated in mode of goodness, neither hateful of inauspicious work nor attached to auspicious work, has no doubts about work. You can expand on this, maybe. Okay, you do what I'm just giving that. That if I ever have a doubt, oh my God, should I do this? Should I go talk to this person? But I really don't like talking to this person, then think that what is more important? Is my own hesitation of not approaching the authority, or is the service? What is more important? And Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yen mam upayanti te. I give the intelligence by which one can come to me. So if we are actually going to always, or maybe most of the time, think from the perspective or from the eyes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He will give the intelligence. He will give the intelligence to go ahead. We just don't do it. Okay, so no doubt about the work, whether I should do it or I should not do it. So it is indeed impossible for embodied being to give up all activities. Therefore, it is said that he who renounces fruits of action is the only one who has truly renounced. I think we discussed that. They do it because it got to be done. So for one who is not renounced, the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable, mixed, accrue after death. But those who are in renounced order of life have no such results to suffer or enjoy. So that is a complete definition of renunciation. For us and for a Mayavadi, the definition of renunciation is absence of distress. Okay, but for a Krishna conscious person, the definition of renunciation is I don't have to worry about whether I'm going to be in distress or whether I'm going to be enjoying. I just got to do it because it got to be done, because Krishna wants it to be done. But for Mayavadi, that's impersonalism, absence of distress. I'm going to give up my personal identity because it's so troublesome to have it. It's so much, the body is always. The other day we were analyzing how much happiness can the body give and how much distress can the body give. So I'll give two examples. One example from a spiritual master, he said that if you get very good result of an exam, or if you get very good return on your invested money, you feel happy. There's a sense of happiness, right? That's why we did it. There's a sense of happiness. How long it lasts? How long can you look at that bank balance or the result passed with these many scores? Go back to the time where you passed a very big exam, and then after a few days, what happens? Okay, I passed now. What do I do now, right? So the happiness lasts some time. Now, when we are walking on the road and then we bang our foot against a sharp stone, and the little toe, how many times a day are you thinking about your little toe on your foot? How many times a day are you thinking about it? Oh, I have this little toe on my foot, right and left. It moves like this. It has this nail. How many times are you thinking about it? Right? How many times are you thinking about that part of your body? The little toe, pink.
Only
We're
when
not
we
thinking.
hurt our toe
Only
somewhere.
when it hurts.
Huh?
Only when we
No,
I don't know.
you're taking over my speech. First, you tell me how many times a day on day-to-day basis
Zero.
is it? Huh?
Zero, Mataji, zero.
Yeah, okay. Rupa Mataji, what were you saying?
Only when it hurts, Mataji. Same.
She also did. You both are bad. So I was like, I think I must have said it before. Now it gets hurt. This sharp stone pierces it, and now it's like hurting. Now, how many times are you thinking about it?
All day.
Constantly, Mataji.
So, how much happiness can we get from the body, and how much distress can we get? What is the ratio?
100%.
So that's how it is. That's how it works out, because I'm not the body. So how does it here? How does it apply here? Desirable, undesirable, or mixed. So okay, I'm gonna do this work and I'm gonna get this desirable work thing, or something came out which is undesirable. They actually accrue after death. Krishna is saying it. I'm not saying it. Based on that, we make our next destination. Where am I going to go? But if somebody wins, Arjun wins the war, or he loses the war, and his intention is, I'm going to fight on behalf of Krishna's order, there is nothing. Or Prabhupada gives example of a military man who is fighting and killing on behalf of the country, on behalf of the country, not personal grudge or affection for the other party, they are not accruing any desirable, undesirable, or mixed reaction after death because it's done on the behalf of an authority. But if the same military person off duty kills anybody, same activity, but done on its own accord, there is a reaction. Okay, the same thing happens in our life. I think we will, okay. So one who is in the mode of goodness, neither hateful of inauspicious work or nor attached to auspicious work, which means what? Does not hate anything that troubles the body, works in proper place and time without fearing the troublesome effect. Aha, how easy it is? Very easy? Has no doubts about work. Basically, you can start like, where does the doubt that I should be doing this work or not doing this work come from? Okay, we can stop there. Questions, reflections, realizations, corrections?